Hi, I'm Dimple, your health and spiritual wellness mentor. January 5, 2026, 10:08. Why stress raises blood sugar, and how to stop it. You just checked your blood sugar. It's 220. But you haven't eaten in 3 hours. What you don't realize? That argument you had an hour ago just spiked your sugar more than a candy bar would. Stress doesn't just make you feel bad. It literally floods your bloodstream with glucose. And most people have no idea it's happening. The invisible spike. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah checks her blood sugar religiously. She eats perfectly. She exercises. She takes her medication. She does everything right. But her numbers are all over the place. Some days she's at 110. Other days she's at 190. Same meals. Same routine. Completely different numbers. She can't figure it out. Neither can her doctor. They keep adjusting her medication, but nothing seems to work consistently. Then one day, Sarah checks her blood sugar before a stressful work meeting. It's 130. She doesn't eat anything during the meeting. It's just an hour of tense negotiation with a difficult client. She checks her blood sugar after the meeting. It's 195. In 1 hour. With zero food. Her blood sugar jumped 65 points. This is when Sarah realized, her blood sugar problem wasn't just about food. It was about stress. And she's not alone. Underscore 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 un. The science, what stress does to your body. Here's what happens inside your body the moment you get stressed. Step 1, the stress response activates. Your brain perceives a threat. Doesn't matter if it's a work deadline, an argument with your spouse, traffic, or just worrying about your bills. Your brain doesn't differentiate between types of stress. It just knows, danger. We need to respond. Step 2, stress hormones release. Your adrenal glands immediately release two hormones, cortisol and adrenaline. These are your fight or flight hormones. From an evolutionary perspective, they're designed to help you either fight a threat or run away from it. Both options require energy. Fast energy. And your body's fastest source of energy is glucose. Step 3, your liver dumps glucose. Cortisol and adrenaline send a signal to your liver, release stored glucose. Now, your liver obeys. It breaks down glycogen, stored sugar, and dumps it directly into your bloodstream. This process is called gluconeogenesis, and it can raise your blood sugar by 50, 70, even 100 points in less than an hour. Step 4, your cells become insulin resistant. But it gets worse. These stress hormones also make your cells temporarily resistant to insulin. This is intentional. Your body wants that glucose to stay in your bloodstream so it's immediately available for your muscles to use for fighting or fleeing. So now you have more glucose being released. Less glucose being absorbed by cells. Insulin that can't work properly. Your blood sugar has nowhere to go but up. The silent epidemic, chronic stress. Now, if this happened once in a while, true emergencies, actual danger, your body could handle it. But here's the problem, you're stressed constantly. You wake up stressed about being late. You stress in traffic. You stress at work. You stress about money. You stress about your health. You stress about your family. You stress while scrolling the news. Your body is releasing cortisol all day, every day. Your liver is constantly dumping glucose. Your cells are chronically insulin resistant. This is why your blood sugar is unstable even when you're eating perfectly. You're not fighting a tiger. You're just reading an email. But your body doesn't know the difference. The hidden stressors, what you don't realize. Most people think they know when they're stressed. But stress affects your blood sugar in ways you can't feel. Hidden stressor 1, poor sleep. You slept 5 hours last night. You don't feel stressed. But your body does. Sleep deprivation is one of the biggest cortisol triggers there is. One night of bad sleep can raise your cortisol levels by 50% the next day. That elevated cortisol is raising your blood sugar all day long. Hidden stressor 2, overexercising. You worked out hard this morning. You feel great. But intense exercise is a physical stressor. It raises cortisol temporarily. This is why sometimes your blood sugar is higher after exercise, not lower. You overdid it, stressed your body, and triggered the glucose dump. Hidden stressor 3, skipping meals. You skipped lunch to be good. But your body interprets that as starvation stress. Cortisol rises. Glucose dumps. Your blood sugar goes up even though you didn't eat. Hidden stressor 4, chronic pain or inflammation. Your back hurts. Your joints ache. That constant, low-level pain? It's a stressor. It's raising your cortisol and your blood sugar every single day. Hidden stressor 5, social media and news. Every upsetting post. Every alarming headline. Every comparison to someone else's perfect life. Microstressors that spike cortisol dozens of times per day. You're bleeding glucose without even knowing it. The vicious cycle, why it gets worse. Here's where it gets really bad. High blood sugar causes more stress on your body. This physical stress raises cortisol. Higher cortisol raises blood sugar more. Which stresses your body more. Which raises cortisol more. You're stuck in a feedback loop. And the longer this continues, the more your cells become permanently insulin resistant. You develop chronic inflammation. Your cortisol levels stay elevated 24/7. This is how stress turns into prediabetes. How prediabetes turns into diabetes. How diabetes becomes harder and harder to control. It all starts with unchecked stress. The solution, how to calm stress hormones. So how do you break the cycle? How do you lower cortisol and stabilize your blood sugar? Strategy 1, the 5-minute reset. When you feel stress rising, stop. Right there. Take 5 minutes. Do this simple breathing technique. Breathe in slowly for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Breathe out slowly for 6 counts. Repeat for 5 minutes. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest mode. It signals your body that the threat is over. Cortisol levels drop within minutes. Studies show this can lower blood sugar by 20 to 30 points in acute stress situations. Strategy 2, morning sunlight. Get outside within 30 minutes of waking up. Spend 10 to 15 minutes in natural sunlight. Morning light exposure regulates your cortisol rhythm. It helps cortisol be high in the morning, when you need it, and low in the evening, when you don't. This single habit can improve your daily cortisol pattern and significantly stabilize your blood sugar throughout the day. Strategy 3, strategic movement. Not intense exercise. Not pushing through. Gentle, consistent movement. A 10-minute walk after a stressful event clears stress hormones from your system and helps process the glucose that was just dumped into your bloodstream. Think of movement as taking out the trash. The stress-created waste, excess glucose and cortisol. Movement disposes of it. Strategy 4, protein at every meal. Protein stabilizes blood sugar, which reduces stress on your body, which lowers cortisol. Aim for 20 to 30 grams of protein at each meal. This creates steady energy, prevents blood sugar crashes, and stops the stress response from activating due to perceived starvation. Strategy 5, sleep non-negotiable. You can't out-diet, out-exercise, or out-meditate chronic sleep deprivation. 7 hours minimum. Every night. This is when your body processes cortisol, resets your stress response, and restores insulin sensitivity. Bad sleep equals high cortisol equals high blood sugar. It's that direct. Strategy 6. Create stress buffers. You can't eliminate all stress, but you can create buffers, pockets of calm between stressful events. No phone for the first hour after waking. 10-minute break between meetings. No news after 8 p.m. 1 day per week with no obligations. These buffers give your cortisol time to return to baseline instead of staying elevated constantly. Strategy 7. Test your response. Here's a powerful experiment. Check your blood sugar before and after stressful situations. Before the difficult conversation, check. After the difficult conversation, check. Before the work deadline, check. After the work deadline, check. You'll see exactly how much stress affects your blood sugar. This awareness alone changes behavior. When you see stress spike you 40 points, you start taking that breathing break seriously. Underscore 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 un. The mindset shift. Stress is measurable. Here's what changes everything. Stop thinking of stress as just a feeling. Start thinking of it as a measurable metabolic event. Stress isn't abstract. It's cortisol. Cortisol is glucose. Glucose shows up on your meter. When you understand this, you realize that managing stress isn't self-care fluff. It's blood sugar medicine. That 5-minute breathing break isn't optional. It's treatment. That morning walk isn't luxury. It's medication. That 7-hour sleep isn't negotiable. It's therapy. You wouldn't skip your insulin. Don't skip your stress management. The timeline. What improves? Days 1 to 3, when you implement even one stress reduction strategy, you'll notice blood sugar is easier to predict. Fewer random spikes. Days 4 to 7, your numbers start trending lower overall. Your morning fasting glucose improves because overnight cortisol was lower. Weeks 2 to 4, your insulin sensitivity improves. The same meals that used to spike you now create smaller, more manageable increases. Months 2 to 3, your body starts trusting that it's safe.